We're here with the Laurel drop shelf vending machine, fairly common looking one. I'm sure you've all seen it. The system, the drop shelf system, was developed by Laurel in 1970. It's been refined, but essentially is identical to the system designed back then. Laurel is the only company that makes drop shelf vending machines. And today what I wanted to show you is some of the older machines will occasionally see shelf hanging up, not dropping cleanly, like that. You might see the shelf come down partway and hang. Over many, many years, the wear that's associated with the metal from here to here can cause this problem. So today what I thought show you closely how to lubricate, carefully lubricate this area. So the system, the shelf has a latching wire. That's what sets the shelf. The edge of this piece of metal here, which I have a separate piece to show you, it's easier this way, but this, you'll see this piece here we call the latch bar is this. So what I'm going to show you is where to lubricate on this side. Okay? Before I do that, inside up here, we call these pieces the triggers. I don't know if anybody's ever had a machine apart, but that's what they are. These triggers operate by gravity. So we do not want to lubricate these pieces inside of here. You do not want to spray WD-40. You don't want to put big globs of grease or oil. They will end up causing a problem. That will end up causing a problem. So the type of grease that we like to use, called Super Lube. Find it on Amazon. It's a synthetic grease and holds up real well. For kind of a lighter grease. And I'll show you what it looks like here. So this is typically what we use to do any of the lubrication on our coin mechanisms or in these older shelving units. The newer shelving units don't need this. We're talking shelving units that have been on the wall for 15 to 25 years. So what I'm going to show you is that, again, this piece of the latch bar, turn it on the side here. This area below the notch on all of these, this is where the latch wire, the wire for the shelf, will come up and rub against this before it snaps in and resets. So the wear area and the metal on metal is right here below each of these. Over time, we've noticed, talking to so many different car washes, that you have a tendency to use the certain area in the machine over and over again. You don't hear commonly that people use the whole shelves and then they reset them all. They have a tendency to do 10, 12, 15 of them over and over. So these are the areas, really are the ones that get just raw over time. The metal on metal, and what we see is instead of the shelf dropping nice and cleanly as the wire runs down the edge of this, is that the wire will hang up part way. Kind of like, again, like in here, it will hang up. And if you maybe bang the side of the machine, then it drops. So what I'm going to show you is where we like to see the lubrication. So again, this piece is the latch bars here. Take just a light amount of this Super Lube, tip of my finger. The best way to do it is to have all the shelves down, because then they're not in the way, and then you can get at these areas. But here's where I would like to do this. Just a little bit of grease on the edge here, just a little bit, each one. You can do the entire 24 in a minute's time. What we don't want is we don't want to take a big glob of grease on the back side. That doesn't interfere possibly with the trigger. So we're just talking a slight amount. One of the things you can do, if you have a machine that you know that these shelves can be a problem, is that if you take a shelf and slowly bring it up, right about here is where you feel the tension of the edge of that latch wire on the edge of the latch bar. Metal on metal. And over time, that's the raw area. So if you feel yours, if you pick an area of your machine where it's really rough, and you can just feel the roughness, try this little bit of grease there, and then do that over and over. Go up and down a couple times, and you'll find that it really makes it slick. And even if you try to operate it very slow, shelf will drop cleanly. I think that covers it.